Hey, it's Ken Conan with Raider Streaming and the River Channel. I've got Ryan Bullis with us today. Thanks for joining me, Ryan. I appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.
So Ryan, if you don't know, is the current and acting president of Hudson Hockey Association, correct?
Right. Yep.
And so a huge job. One of the things that I remember when I was mites going, wow, how do they manage everything that's going on? So thank you to start with for doing a huge job. That's a big deal.
Appreciate it.
And we're standing in the parking lot of a building I hardly recognize, and I'll tell you why. It's been a long time coming. Again, I think back to my day in mites, and there was talk of what's happened now. Right. And so it's been a long time. I mean, 15 plus years. Is that about
probably longer?
Sound about right? Maybe
longer. Yeah.
So Ryan, tell us about what's going on. What happened to the rinks here? What this doesn't look right.
Yeah. So this has been a dream for Hudson Hockey and all the legacy families prior to this day, of trying to come up with an idea to join the rinks together, make it one space, and really make it home for Hudson Hockey. It did start probably 5 years ago as the real effort to make this happen. And so what you see behind me is one common entrance now. If you remember, it used to be two separate buildings. Now we have one point of entrance, one common lobby, one concession stand. It's just a new area now for all families to enjoy what we have to offer here in our arenas.
It is, I'll tell you, I've had a couple tours, and I waited. I told Bob, and Dustin, I'm like, I gotta wait until we're kind of a long ways in, because I want to see it like almost like magical for the first time, you know? And so I came in, I don't know, maybe a month ago with Todd Hess, who's my cohort in the booth, and Jeff Tierksig, who films for us. And it's just unbelievable. You look at where we're gonna film from now is the Juriski side. Right. And what used to be locker rooms, you go a third of bleachers and then 2/3 of locker rooms almost, all bleachers now.
It's gone.
Unbelievable. That was just one of the things. How about you? Any highlights in here where you go, wow, that was really fun to see?
Yeah, well, I think the bleachers improvement in Juriski is one of them, to be able to see now the full arena. But I just think the way that we use the space, we have 8 brand new locker rooms now that you can access both arenas from, which is a huge win for tournaments and when we get really busy. But I just think overall, the facility itself that now our families have, we've really taken the advantage in all the effort that people have helped put forth here to change our logo. There's a new logo, a whole new branding has happened here at Hudson Hockey. And so we're just really excited for the future and everything that these arenas have to offer.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for all your time that you put into this project. I know it's a labor of love for a lot of folks. Absolutely love the new logo. I've got to get that figured out.
Well, clearly I do too.
I know, right? So I'm sure at some point we'll figure out how we can get clothing with the logo, and you guys definitely let me know.
Well, I can help you with that.
Okay,
so
perfect.
This weekend,
Here we go.
This weekend we're having our grand opening event. It's taking place on Friday and Saturday, so October 20th and 21st.
Perfect.
Saturday is the big day. It starts in the morning. We have our Hudson Hockey 5K. So if you're interested in getting a jog in, you can do that. Otherwise, there'll be events in the parking lot, food trucks, games, music, capped off by a Division III exhibition game on Saturday evening.
That we will be streaming live at the River Channel and Raider Streaming.
So come out here, get your apparel, watch some good hockey.
Nice. I was wondering how I was going to get my apparel. Now I've got it all figured out.
There you go.
I love it. Anything else? Any closing thoughts?
No, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. Again, we'll be right back. We're going to go inside and get a quick tour. Hey, it's Ken Conan with Raider Streaming and the River Channel. Our special guest, Bob Mueller, the operating director or operations director?
Operations director.
Operations director. I was giving you like a surgical title there, operating director. We are standing in front of the brand new rink here, Juriski behind us. That's where we play in our high school games. Gornick across the way from us. We're going to go on a little bit of a tour with Bob and kind of walk you through some of the new things that are going on with our brand new rink that we have now.
Yep, the new Hudson Sports and Civic Center.
Love it, love it.
Yep.
Where would you like to start, my friend?
Well, if we want to just kind of pan through, this is all the new lobby. This actually is, everything you're seeing here is new construction.
Yep.
It was a remodel addition. The addition connected the two buildings. The two buildings, Gornica and Juriski, were connected with the lobby, as well as locker rooms and new facilities that we needed to support the youth association and the community at large.
This is crazy. I love how open it is when you first walk in. I love how you've got kind of a mezzanine or a second deck up here that you can kind of look over and see as your friends come in.
Yep.
It's really cool. And then, of course, the TV lets you know what's going on this afternoon.
Yep, they walk in to be able to check where their locker rooms are. Concession stand, that's our main concession, so now that'll serve both arenas instead of just having two smaller ones in each arena.
Okay.
One main concessions.
Love it.
There's a new pro shop down the hallway towards Gornick Arena. We're going to have St. Croix Sports in there.
You want to walk past that?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
take a peek.
So this is the old school original Gornick rink with its
Yeah.
whole new look here. I love it. Love it.
So once you pass under here,
Love the wood too. This is great.
this is where Gornick Arena started.
Right here. Yep. Yep. This is
where
the
we would've
old
been.
rink. Yep.
So we're standing in what would have been locker rooms A and B, two of the locker rooms we utilized.
And you said this is going to be the new
This is a pro shop.
pro shop. Okay.
So they're going to be able to do skate sharpenings,
Okay.
pick up HHA spirit wear.
Love it.
There'll be some other miscellaneous items, quick, fix helmet screws, chin straps, if somebody needs some tape.
Love it.
The last minute needs, the stuff
Love
your
it.
kid always forgets when you're heading to the rink.
That's awesome.
So
And I like to call out the spirit wear is going to be here. So if you need the
Yep.
new logo, need the new gear,
be able to
You can
pick
get it
that up here as well as on the hudsonhockey.com, the website.
Okay.
There will be an online store that they'll be selling it through there too.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Let's keep rocking. So
Yep.
Gornick just keeps on going here.
This was the old men's room that was demoed out of Gornick Arena to create the
Right
court.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was where the bathroom was. So they put in a new men's room, remodeled the women's room, and then the old entrance is now just kind of a service corridor.
Okay.
So that's open with magnetic locks, kind of a side employee entrance,
Okay.
So to say, fire exits,
Yeah.
anything happens, they can get out this way.
Love it.
Still have the same electrical room. And then we added 2 extra locker rooms. So we went with the 8 locker rooms in the middle.
Okay.
And we'll see those later. But 9 and 10 here kind of served the need we were running into. We didn't have enough locker room space if youth teams came here. We were running into, so if a girl was playing on a boys team, we didn't have a space for her to dress.
Oh,
So when
okay.
they show up now, we can unlock a locker
Got a
room.
spot.
We've got an extra spare spot. Plus when the high school teams, when they get here, they'll have a JV game before them.
Sure.
So you're looking at teams showing up 2 to 3 hours early.
Yeah.
Now we could tuck a youth game.
There
They
you
can
go.
use these locker rooms and then clear out the space to house the high school teams
it.
on site instead of
Love
having,
it.
35 high school kids standing around with bags piled in the corners.
Right.
You've seen it.
Oh,
We
yeah.
made it work.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. It was
Yeah.
the kind of the karma of the building.
Yep.
But it's all updated now.
Love
so
it.
we're able
Love
to go
it.
with that.
And then Gornick rink itself looks like it's pretty much the same as when I left it last year.
Very, very similar. The creation of the new space opened up some things kind of behind the benches. There's more area back there. So we've gotten more net storage space, more divider board space,
Okay.
more training aid space behind there.
Nice.
And we're still Hudson Hockey.
Yeah.
When it's at the end of the day, we're still Hudson Hockey. So we rely on our volunteers. So we have an arena management board that'll pick up, and we're going to come into Gornick and, okay, we want to clean this corner up. Let's put together a committee. Let's put together a work day.
Yeah.
And have people come in and still working on
Love
things.
it. Love
So
it.
we haven't lost that aspect. It doesn't look like it from the front anymore, which is great.
Yeah.
But there's still going to be stuff on the inside that we're going to be working. Everybody's going to be able to get their hands dirty and get their volunteer hours done.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Awesome. Where are we heading next?
Let's take a walk right up the old mezzanine stairs.
Okay. So again, if you remember Gornick back in the day, this was concession stand area, some mailboxes down here.
Yep.
The year-old office, or excuse me, Dustin's office was
Dustin's
here.
office, and
the
then-
year-old office was upstairs.
So 2 office spaces that have turned into much needed storage rooms.
Sure.
And not to say at some point they can't be turned into office space down the line.
Yeah.
If one of the junior teams here wants to have the coach wants to get away from his locker room and his players,
Yep.
he'd be able to step away and now have a different office space. But we may end up utilizing that for that, but for now it's just storage space that we needed.
Got it.
We did a remodel, kind of some updating in our existing boardroom.
Yep.
New ceiling tile, new paint.
Looks good.
Still, we'll come down the line, put some new tables and chairs in
Similar
there. But,
room. Yep.
Yep.
Looks good.
And this all used to be just the big wide open area, if you remember.
Yeah. Well, last year it was where we housed our boys and girls varsity teams with some makeshift.
Yeah, they do spaghetti
did a-
feeds up here on some folding tables. What we added in here was more meeting space.
Okay.
So in the design of the building and talking to Studio, the architectures,
Yeah.
Studio EA, they wanted to add some community space.
Yeah.
Bring in, the Civic and the Civic Center.
Yep.
So for the community at large now, we have rooms available to rent. This is one of them here. It's all updated with, current Wi-Fi, the speeds,
Wow.
the TV on there, a screen to be able to plug into a display for the room if they want to have a meeting in here.
Sure.
If you go to our website, right now it's currently under ice rental, but we're going to build a meeting room space thing.
Okay.
Anybody in the community, if they want to rent this room, is going to have the opportunity to do that.
That's awesome.
Create a simple account, you'll be able to see the schedule, and you
Just
can be able
go
to,
right in
Yep,
and book it online.
Head right in.
Wow.
We want to do a seminar, we want to do a meeting. We're a youth group, and we want to have a place, to do our booster baseball meeting.
Yep.
we have that now.
There you go.
It's here in Hudson, so.
That's awesome,
Yep.
Bob. Great space.
Yeah,
Love it, love it.
it ends, there's an exit door. Someday in the future, we may put a divider wall in here to create 2 rooms if we need it, 2 smaller rooms. But
Okay. Well, they didn't go shy on the TV down here.
No.
My goodness.
And the neat thing was adding the natural light. You know, when they
Yeah.
put the lights in, when they opened this up, I actually walked in as a construction worker as we're putting the windows in, and I said, you guys realize nobody has had this view since 1988.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Once they sited Gornick Arena, you didn't have a view from the 2nd level towards the front of the building.
Well, it opens it up so much in here.
Yes.
It just really feels great.
The natural light was
Yeah.
just fantastic.
Usual, get a great view of the
And it did.
rink here. Look at this.
Putting the meeting room in still left a sizable corridor,
Yeah.
as well as an area we can set up tables, so now people could still view practice on a cold Saturday morning or view
Yeah.
a game from a heated 2nd level.
Love it. Love it.
Yep.
That's great.
So it keeps that charm of that. Office space we're still moving into. So with the vacation, Dustin and I, this was the office they put in, so now everybody will be housed in one area.
Okay.
Our treasurer and our accountant that comes in on a bi-weekly basis,
Yeah.
they will sit there. That's also the scheduling computer.
Okay.
I'm housed at this desk, Dustin's at that one, and we actually have an extra one.
Perfect.
And we still had room to drop a small conference table in. You know, if we
Crazy.
need to have a meeting, we've got the conference table to do it.
That's great. And again, nice window. Got
Yep.
some light coming in.
Beautiful view outside. If we're looking for somebody, we can keep an eye if they're showing up.
Yeah. Wow. So much different in your old office where you basically were in a closet.
Yep.
You know, I
Yep.
mean, no
Yep.
windows,
It worked.
right? It was fine, but gosh, what a difference.
It
you know?
definitely worked. I'd rather see the money put into the, the kids.
Yep. Oh
this-
my goodness, we got video games. Look out. Do I need to get some quarters? You guys
This
have a
dumps out
card?
into our main upper lobby.
This is beautiful up here.
This
is great.
you can see the TVs, you can see the video games, you see the vending machines.
Yep.
In our other arena, you were here after a high school game. You know,
Yeah.
you'd have the parents standing there, want to greet their kid coming
Waiting,
out.
yep.
The kids leaving, even in a youth tournament. You know, one team waiting to go on the ice, another one
yeah.
coming in. The lobby's got too crowded.
Yep.
This area allows for people to get to a space to get away. If the wild gate hockey game is on, if they want to watch the Packer game on,
Yeah.
those TVs are up here. It's kind
Yeah.
of that standing. And this will have tables and chairs throughout.
This is great.
Just kind of a nice community gathering room
Oh,
up
it's
here.
huge. Yeah.
Elevator, so we're all set up now with handicap access.
Grandma or grandpa needs an elevator, whoever.
Yep,
Boom,
anybody
pop
needs
in.
it.
Yep.
Bringing cleaning machines up. You know, we've got some cleaning machines
Right.
that are heavy. You can't
Right.
get them upstairs before, so now we can bring that up here. And
Wow,
I've-
Todd and I are going to have a battle on the pinball machine, I think, pre-game. It's a Metallica pinball machine, too.
So they had tryouts this past
Love
weekend.
it. Yeah.
The biggest thing I heard was everything was so crowded right here.
Really?
Because you had the TVs, people were watching the TVs,
Yep.
and then the kids were playing the games.
Love it.
They said it got too loud. I'm like, that's the idea, you guys.
That's what
who we are.
That's what we're trying to do, yeah.
We should sound like a loud gymnasium.
Have
at
some
times.
fun.
Yeah.
That's right. I love it. Yeah, this front area is amazing. The windows up here, again, letting all the light in. It's a great fall day, but
Yeah.
yeah, what a gorgeous.
Another area,
Gorgeous view.
when I stepped out for the first time looking out that direction, it was just, you're kind of awestruck saying,
Yeah.
you've never had this. Nobody's seen this ever
It's
before.
just, it's a whole new world. It's great. Yeah, it's awesome.
And your kid played here, mine played here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's, when we got to this point where we were walking through, I looked at Dustin as we were leaving one day and I'm like, I said, I'm overwhelmed with jealousy. He
Right?
was really, and I said, I wish I'd have seen my kid play in all this.
I know.
But,
I know.
now future kids get to,
That's
which
right.
is great.
That's right.
From this lobby, you're able to access the main arena, Juriski Arena.
This is where the high school squad, and now does the Havoc play over here too?
Yeah.
They do.
High school, Havoc. They looked into trying to keep the history because the high school teams always played in Gornick.
Yeah.
And they looked long and hard of trying to make it a way. So can we still have the high school and the history play in that same arena?
Right.
There was no way to get the seating capacity up to where we wanted it to be with the remodel.
Yeah.
Without adding.
What is that number? What are you trying to hit? Or what
Well,
did you hit?
Here, there's 600 seats for butts.
Wow.
So you can put 600 fannies in the seats here.
Awesome. Awesome.
Looking at what we have and what we have fit into Gornick Arena at times, you
Yeah.
were here for the section
yeah.
championship with Superior way back
yeah.
in the day. There was 850 at that game.
Wow.
We had room for 1,000.
Wow.
I look here and I think times we'll see over 1,000 people. You get a big
Wow.
game.
Wow, that's awesome.
Maybe this weekend with the college exhibition. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
A lot of
awesome.
people at the grand opening are going to have excitement. And
Love
it's the best view.
Yeah, this is a great view up here, no doubt about it.
I will promise you, for just about every hockey game that goes on in this arena, there's going to be somebody leaning on this corner right here.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a great view. Yeah. Love it.
You can see all the new speakers, and then also the aluminum beams.
Yep.
So both arenas were upgraded with new light and sound shows.
All right. I like that.
You're actually able at the scorer's table to just bump a button, the lights will go off.
What? With one button?
Just hit it down, the entire lights will go off. You'll be able to start the light show. You're gonna be able to play music, and it's concert quality.
It's loud and good, yeah.
Where the McDonald's Dasher sign is there,
Okay.
there's a little spot that you can see, it's kind of shaded to the left of that M.
Sure.
Right there is where the pipe dump bumps out the fog machine.
Oh my gosh, how great is that?
So we added all this, and we're creating that kind of, for our tournament experience, for the high school games, it's gonna be great for the Havoc.
Yeah.
But when we come back to the youth end of it,
Yeah.
every youth kid that comes here and plays in a tournament,
Yeah.
so we're gonna do starting announcements and that whole pregame show for every game.
I'll tell you what, that was one of my beefs back in the day. I was always like, why don't the kids have somebody up in the PA booth doing a little something for them, like announcing their names during a goal or playing a little music. And now
Yes.
it's going to be system normal.
Well,
I love that. Love it.
100% of the kids that play hockey dream of playing in the NHL.
Yep.
But a very small percentage ever
Less
get to
than
be
1%, I'm sure.
there. What we're looking to do is 100% of the kids that play here
Yeah.
are going to at least feel like they played in an NHL game.
I love that.
That's what
I
we're
love
looking
that.
for.
I'll tell you, if I was a coach or a dad with a team that was looking for a place to play,
Yeah.
this goes to the top of my list right now.
We opened our tournament registration on June 1st, and we were 70% full on June 7th.
June 7th?
June 7th.
6
In
days later?
In 6 days.
Wow.
And we get people that'll book early and they don't know their team number, so we'll
Yeah.
get some cancellations, some dropouts, but
Sure.
actually all youth tournaments right now are full.
Wow.
We're waiting on the Mite and the U8 Girls Jamborees, and those, until the associations get running, you don't know.
That's awesome.
They don't know where they're going yet, but
That's awesome.
those will fill here quick too.
Well, and the word will get out. I mean, not everybody knows what we're up to over here, and as the word gets out, it's going to be more and more competitive to get into our tournaments. I
Yes.
guarantee you that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. What else we got?
Let's head back in the main
Right.
lobby. We're going to walk down. What you see here, they came in stained, so the Hudson hockey aspect of it.
Yep.
They stained all this wood up. They're going to be building, this trophy case is going to house every state tournament trophy for all the youth.
No way.
Yeah. So everyone that we have currently will be, every kid that's ever gone to state and brought home a trophy, it will be on that wall.
That's awesome.
And that's
So
all
if you went to state back in the day,
Yeah.
your trophy is going to show up.
We're actually even the very first state tournament ever won. Do you know Duke Hansen? Remember,
I
you've
know
seen
the
him
name.
around
Yep.
for the.
Yep.
Duke is actually, he took the time to, when they gave out the trophy back then, it was just your standard plastic trophy. It wasn't anything special. And Duke's taken the time to contact somebody to have a replica of the current state tournament trophies. So he's having one made that's going to be engraved with Hudson's first state championship trophy.
Oh my gosh.
And that'll be displayed on this wall. So it's, the
That's
wall's almost
something.
full already, so we'll have to find more space.
I was gonna
which
say.
is a good problem to have. But that's
awesome.
and that's not just champions. It's, the champions, the runner-up, the consolations, the third place. Every kid that ever brought a trophy home from a Waha State tournament, it'll be up there.
Wow.
And when they come back, we try to get a picture as well as engrave every kid's name on it.
Yeah, that's great.
So if you ever played here, you should be able to come up here, find your trophy, and find your name on it.
That's awesome.
Down
I love
this
that.
corridor, we added more bathrooms. You can never have enough of those,
No, sir.
especially if we're trying to get to the capacity that we were looking at. So new men's room, new women's room. This is all part of the new construction.
Yep, all brand new here.
So there's a catering warming kitchen.
Oh, okay.
It's got a serving window that goes out into the Royal Credit Community Room.
This here, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
And we'll open that door up.
Wow.
It's a really nice room. In this one here.
Sponsored by Royal Credit.
Royal Credit.
Okay,
Royal
cool.
Credit sponsored this room. And this goes back to that need we were talking about with the lack of meeting space in the community.
Yeah, wow, look at this. Whoo, and the lighting. Whoo, this looks great. This is really something.
Yeah, and then you've got your serving window here. So
Sure, cater
somebody wants to
something,
set
yep.
up in here for a week. Let's say you sell widgets to a bunch of your vendors.
Yep,
And you want to set up here for a week and do demonstrations of sprinkler heads, let's say.
Yeah, yeah.
You can do that here.
That's
You're set
awesome.
up. This room is set up with speaker system.
Okay.
There's also I want to say it's it's close to 8 feet. It's a rollout TV on a cart.
Okay.
So that comes out for display purposes.
Wow.
It's wireless microphones, so you'll be able to get the whole sound throughout the room.
Wow.
And we figure it's going to comfortably seat 150 to 200 people in here.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a nice room to be able to rent out and have
Yeah.
for Hudson. We're getting a lot of interest on it already.
Yeah, I could definitely see like the rhinos. I could see us doing something here. I don't know
Yes.
what that would be, but I'd love to pitch some ideas to them once I get them.
I got some ideas for you.
Love it.
Maybe we'll
Love
split them.
it.
Maybe we'll split them.
That'd be great.
And the greatest thing that we brought back was like we had in Gornick Arena.
Yeah.
There's your viewing.
Here you go.
It's a warm area to sit, so this room will always be open.
I was just
You know,
going to ask, will
if
this be
it's-
open? Yeah.
If it's rented out, obviously
yeah.
whoever's renting it would have it, reserved. But
Yeah.
during games, this will be a place where people will be able to sit and enjoy some games too.
What a fun spot to be at. Yeah, this is great.
So it'll all be furnished up.
Yeah, this is awesome.
You want to head down the back stairs and
Yeah.
maybe we'll take a peek and
I kind of, in my little mind of mine, I was thinking, well, we'll connect the ranks and, we'll have a Zamboni that can get back and forth and,
well,
I wasn't thinking extra rooms and offices.
You
and-
look back at when Drurisky was built, they kind of hit, all right, we got the second sheet up, but they hit walls,
Yes,
the economy turned, different things happened, and you just
Yep.
weren't able to get phase 3 done.
right.
And it sat for, 15, 18
I was
years,
going to say,
just using the two buildings as they were,
since I'd been a part of the deal.
which was kind of a bummer that it wasn't able to happen back then, but it's
Yeah.
a blessing because so much of technology has changed.
Yep.
Look at how much we've updated this and all the new, the Wi-Fi, the
Right.
everything this wasn't on anybody's radar. The game experience, the sound system.
Right.
Right in here, this is our referee room that was added.
Wow. And this spans both rinks.
Yeah, so you're able to, any referees that show up to do games, there's a nice seating area for them here. Entrance from Drurisky,
Yeah.
entrance exit. They've got their own bathroom, their own showers.
Wow.
As they're renting the game, they're all done. And then this heads over to, right out into Gornick Arena.
Old school Gornick. Love it.
The space I talked about, so we just stepped, right now we'd be in the girls' varsity locker room.
Right. Yeah. This whole.
This is what the girls were
right?
housed
Yeah,
in right
That's
here.
right. Yeah.
You can see it wasn't very big.
It seemed pretty big when you're in there, but it's not very big.
No,
Yeah.
it really wasn't. And
Wow.
then we'll head in here. So there's 2 locker room corridors, same thing. They feed both arenas.
Really cool. I love the way that this feeds both arenas.
Yes.
It's a good design.
So you've got 1 and 2. So all 8 of the locker rooms are pretty much carbon copies other than flip this way, flip that way.
Sure.
With the exception of these 4 in the center are joined by restrooms and showers.
Oh, okay.
So visiting high school teams, visiting junior teams that come to play the Havoc.
Sure.
Chippewa Falls comes to play the girls. Eau Claire North comes to play the boys. They will actually have 2 locker rooms with showers and bathrooms between the 2.
Oh my gosh.
So what we just walked into, when they come, this door would be open.
Wow. Showers and the whole thing. Look at this.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
So on this side, we would just came through locker room 4. This is actually locker room 6.
Okay.
So when a visiting team show up, they're going to get the locker room 4 and 6, and then they're able to use these in between.
Wow.
It sets up nice because you've got varsity, JV, everybody
Yep,
can kind of, and
everybody
then you've got
yep.
this area clean up where you're
Yep.
not stinky on the bus headed back.
Yeah. Wow.
The 2 on the outside of the corridors, those are just standard locker rooms with no bathrooms or anything attached to them.
Okay. So how much locker room space wise? How many locker rooms did we add?
Now we have 10.
Wow.
Yeah. And all 10 are brand new. So none of the old locker rooms were retained.
Okay.
Locker room D&E was the one along, when you were walking up to the booth, locker room D&E is still there, but that was turned into storage.
Yeah.
So that's filled a really nice need for us in having that. We used to have everything in the equipment room, remember, upstairs? You'd
Oh,
go,
yeah.
when you signed up for mites, they'd fit you for equipment or try hockey.
yeah.
That's all in that room, which is
Okay.
really nice. It's right out of the door, and you can get the kid dressed onto the rink, try hockey for free. It's all right there.
Love it.
And it's in a roomy area. That big corner of Gornick with the bench along the side, it just works so fantastic.
That's sweet.
Yep. Some of the
sweet.
space they had to use, there's an elevator control room that had to be part of it, but it left us a really nice storage room.
That's awesome.
And we lacked storage before. So
Yeah, the old storage room, I always laughed when I'd go up there. I'm like, oh boy, this is a... Well, you know, it's the best we could do. We just kind of pieced her together, and it worked.
Yep.
First year for high school being housed out of Drew Whiskey Rink here.
Yes.
Kind of cool. Yeah, because it's literally, they've been in Gornick ever since Gornick opened, right?
When Gornick opened, the first year, the south end wall wasn't even built yet.
Oh my God.
It was open to the air.
Woo!
Yep.
Giddy up.
Yeah. You talk to some of those guys that graduated 87, 88 in that area.
Todd Hess played then, yeah.
Hess, Jason Johnson, Andy Crone. You talk to those guys. They played in that when it was open air.
Oh my God. You even imagine?
Yeah.
You know, January, February when it's really getting nice and cool. Shoo.
Well, the bigger, get a south wind snowstorm blowing, you know.
Right?
This is boys JV entrance.
Okay.
JV and varsity each have their own entrance.
Love it.
And again, so this would be the JV side.
Love it.
Pretty nice.
It's really nice. Yeah, high ceilings, got a logo up here.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own locker and locker to change. I mean, it's unbelievably
Yeah,
cool.
over in Gornick, the girls kind of shared a bigger area.
Yes.
And we stood and talked about how small that area was. The girls actually were housed in that. The boys had the varsity up the stairs, so they're trying to, you know, navigate stairs up and down with skates
Right,
on, which
right.
isn't a great idea.
Right,
And then the JV team was housed in essentially what we just made the elevator control room.
right.
Not much bigger.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nice to see this upgrade.
Really smooth. And this is JV.
JV and actually,
And then goes through to varsity just like the
this
other
is a
last ones. Yep.
shared common area for both teams.
Ton of showers.
Yep.
Love it.
It's all double curtained. You know, they can get inside, have privacy,
Yep.
leave their clothes, whatever it is, and then jump in the shower, come back out and get dressed,
Yep.
all under privacy. The only differences between the girls and the boys varsity is in this room right here.
Okay.
The girls didn't need urinals.
Sure.
There's just, instead of urinals, what the girls have is 2 sinks.
Okay.
The girls have 1 less shower stall and 1 more toilet stall.
Okay. Makes sense.
Boys had 1 more shower stall and they got
Love
the
it.
urinals and 1 less stall.
Love it.
And then this just leads right out into the varsity room.
Oh man, look at this.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger space, it
Yep.
feels like, and then you've got past championships. Wow, that's great. Love. Is this all paint?
They're actually it's a decal. It's kind of a
Super cool.
yeah. Jamie Schultz.
Oh, Jamie's the
She kind of
best.
headed that project up.
She is the best.
Jamie,
Fun to see the dates up here from our last championships too in the last couple of
Yes.
years.
a lot of room in the white all the way around, right?
Yes, sir.
They can keep on. Oh, Kenny,
Oh,
urban legend.
uh-oh.
So right there,
Oh, this is where,
that's where the H is going to go.
I didn't see it there yet.
So
It's coming.
it's coming. When the H is
Okay.
there, you can't step on the H.
I know better. Yeah, it's not there yet.
Everybody does it too, especially if you're an old guy. I remember walking into
Oh, yeah.
the room the first time with my kid. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Get off the H." I'm like,
yeah.
"What are you? It's carpet. It's
a problem."
Don't
Yep.
step on the H."
That's good tradition.
It is.
Oh, and we're getting, it looks like we got some, everybody's got a stool at
Yeah.
their locker with their logo on
The
it.
high school logo.
Loving it. Yeah, this is just A plus. A plus.
You know, and
Great.
it's not over the top.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
like when you watch
No.
the Wild Game and they go do the interviews and everything is all this. And
It's like
woodwork
mahogany
and-
everywhere, and yeah.
Somebody came in when we were touring it, and what they said was it's nice because it's functional.
Yep.
It's really, really clean, but it's not over the top.
Yeah.
It still shows that blue collar
Yeah.
work ethic of Hudson.
Yep. I love it.
I agree.
Love it.
And then here we have the exit
So this
for
is
varsity.
heading out onto the ice. Here we go.
Coach's room, coach's locker area.
Okay.
And they get ready for practices.
Okay,
or
where they keep
making
their
notes,
gear.
putting
Yep.
lineup cards together.
Yep.
This is where they will be.
Nice.
And the locker rooms, like I mentioned, this area is all the same for the boys and the girls.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Both of them will step. This is the sheet of ice they're playing on, so when they step out, they're able to walk right to the back of their bench area.
So this will be the home bench right here.
Yes.
Just boom. Love
Home
it.
bench. So Attacking that net twice, which is nice. You know,
Love it.
that's where the viewing area is. And if you remember, this was wide open to the back. We added the back wall as well as the glass on here.
Yep.
With high school kids coming and going, you know, after practice and there's still youth stuff on, we didn't want somebody catching a
Nobody
puck.
catching it in the face, yep.
And you remember the score booth that had to be taken down?
Yep, we used to jump right up here. That's gone, yep.
Yeah, that's gone. So this is still clock operational. This is where you will run the sound and light show.
That's this here.
And then that case you see there, that's the fog machine.
This here.
Yep.
Wow.
The clock operator, PA announcer.
Pretty cool.
This is where they'll be at and running the music.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something else.
The temporary ref room we had, we took this one out.
Oh, that was right here in the corner, yeah.
We did keep the old one in Gornick.
Oh, you did?
Same thing, because with that, this situation, sometimes with youth, you'll have, you know, be a girl that's doing refereeing and she may need her private space, so we still got the Gornick one to do.
Okay.
Hudson hockey, we're going to get our hands dirty and do a remodel and tile and, you know, upgrade that one a little bit. But
love it.
so we have plenty of spaces for the referees. Now we also have a place to store divider boards for the mite hockey, and we house fit map training here.
Yep.
So both arenas have typically anywhere around 6 nets that they'll be using for training out here.
Okay.
The temporary locker rooms were torn out. We added bleachers the entire length of the building.
So odd. Every time I look at this, it's like a brand new view, you know?
Yep.
Yep. This is awesome.
Everything tucked in here pretty well.
The heaters all the way down to keep it warm for the fans.
Bleacher heaters all the way down. They work fantastic. Handicap seating throughout, along with companion seatings.
Oh, yeah.
If they've got somebody with them to help them out. This is the home of Raider streaming.
Love it. Center ice, looking good. I love the new logo out there.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Jesse Meyer and her crew put together a pretty nice logo. And
is that who did that? Jesse?
Yeah.
Nice.
Jesse kind of headed up the new design and the new logos, and
she's awesome.
We wanted to do a center ice logo. She threw that together, and that actually just shows up. It's a mesh textile. It looks like it's painted in, but
oh, really?
It's a mesh textile that you just you get the ice to a certain point and then freeze it down and then just flood over the top of it.
Huh.
It gives it a nice clean look.
That's great. I'll tell you, thanks for the tour. It's great. It was, I know I went on one like a month ago, but I feel like it's changed even from then.
Yeah.
Carpets in, locker rooms are finished up a little bit more. I'm just excited about the year. I can't wait to be up here and yip-yapping about the teams on the ice in front of me.
Anybody that's ever been involved with Hudson hockey, I think, is really excited to see this season kick off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We should mention this Saturday, I know we talked about it earlier, Ryan and I did, but this Saturday, what's going on?
So we're going to do a grand opening. You know, it's completely finished. We're excited about it. We want to have everybody come to celebrate, and it's open community-wide. You know, we talked about all the community rooms that were added. We talked about the opportunities for kids to come and try hockey for free. Hudson Hockey also has a scholarship program, so regardless of race or, you know, ability to pay, everybody's welcome to come and play hockey.
Love it.
So
love it.
Come and find out. You can take a tour. If you're interested in renting any of the rooms, we'll have people on hand to give you tours, give you information about how to rent those rooms.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. And then the Raiders streaming crew will be here that night at 7 o'clock doing a college exhibition game. Tell us who's playing in the game.
So we got the Hamlin Pipers.
Love
They're
it.
going to be playing the Lawrence Vikings.
Okay.
Both of them actually have ties to Hudson.
I was going to say it. I feel like both those teams have ties back to us.
Yes. Lawrence University, the Havoc lost head coach Brett Wall.
Yep.
We wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
We just hated to see him leave.
He's a great guy.
So he is the head coach over there now.
Okay.
Kind of his escalation in his coaching career.
Nice.
And he was able to recruit some kids from the Havoc. So he's got, I want to say 5 or 6 ex-Havoc players playing with him.
Wow. And they took down a championship under his guard, if I remember right.
Here with the Havoc, they did.
Yeah.
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 And he's got the program playing Brett Wall hockey.
Yeah. I love it.
He's going to show up ready to play.
Love it.
Hamlin, great program over there. Shane Wagner back in the day.
Yeah.
When your kid was here, you know, he did some of the training aspects. So Shane with Fusion Training, you know, our kids did some of that. Shane's a head coach at Hamlin.
Okay.
When I reached out to him, same as Brett, they were both willing to come back and kind of turn it into a fundraiser.
Love it.
Tickets are $8 to get in.
Yep.
Any of the Hudson hockey youth players, the developmental overs, mites, U8 girls, If they show up wearing anything Hudson hockey with a paid adult, they get in for free.
They're in. Love it.
And anybody in the community is welcome to come attend, check out the facilities.
Love it.
There's a 5K run during the day on, Saturday morning. So
That's going to be
come
awesome.
on out. We would love to have you.
Going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Bob, thank you
Thank
for
you, Ken.
making time today. It's always
Absolutely.
good to talk to you. Again, Ken Conan with Raider Streaming and the River Channel. Thanks for tuning in, and come check out this new rink. It's something else.